Okay, super exciting video for you guys today. So last year we got to demo the brand new John Deere strip till machine. Now, yes, it's a Soil Warrior painted green and yellow, I understand that. But it was our first time ever doing strip till, and there's a little secret that I did not tell you guys last fall. So we did about 60 acres of this field with a John Deere strip till, and then after about 4 or 5 days later, after I had gone to college, we got one of our neighbors does some custom strip tilling, and he has a Kuhn strip till machine. So this is actually the Kuhn strip till that we did right here. The main difference is that the John Deere one had coulters on it, and you can get shanks for it, but the Kuhn one has shanks on it. So it'd be kind of cool seeing side by side. This is a Kuhn one. I'll drive over the John Deere one quick. The biggest difference that I see is the shanked Kuhn model seemed to do a lot better in wheel tracks. Like right here's a wheel track, and you can see it dug it pretty dang well. The John Deere one really struggled with the coulters on it to get down into those wheel tracks. So if it had shanks on it, I think it would have done a better job. But anyways, we are going to plant this today. Not very often do I plant while wearing a winter jacket, but that seems to be the case today. So we have the field cultivator going somewhere down there. Strip till, field cultivator, strip till. So it's gonna be a cool trial because we have multiple side-by-sides here. So then right here is the John Deere strip till. So you can see in areas like right here where there's some wheel tracks, it just did not get down as deep. I mean, where there aren't wheel tracks, I mean, this trench is gorgeous. I mean, look at how deep that gets. Just beautiful. But you know, if it had shanks, I think it would have done a better job. But it had these coulters, and it really struggled on those wheel tracks. Here's a good example of what I don't really like. This looks gorgeous. This is really lacking right here. Just from there to here. You can see the color difference as you just go across. Also, there's a big rock right here. And also, there's been quite a few questions on what do I use to make boundaries and stuff to get set for the planter. This is it. I just got an RTK receiver on this Gator and an old 2630 monitor, and I drive around and make all the boundaries and boundary tracks with this. It works pretty good. Another rock. This poor Gator. I kind of got it maxed out. I can barely fit my hand between the box and the tire. Oh no. No, no. What in the heck is this? I lost count. There's like 80 rocks in this 15-foot circle. This poor Gator. We grow really nice rocks here in Minnesota. I ran out of capacity. I can't even fit my finger in between the wheel and the bed anymore. But I know what you guys are probably thinking, Carson, why have you guys not picked up these rocks? How many years have you farmed this? What irresponsible farmers you guys are. No. These rocks, I bet 85% of these rocks are new. So I've been going around, I've been moving all the rocks like in between the strips because I don't have any more room to put it in the Gator. So that way the planter doesn't hit it. But let me find an example right here. Look at these two rocks. These ones have not been moved yet. If these were here last fall when I was strip tilling, there would be an anomaly in the strip till quality between here and here. But if you look at it, the strip till is very consistent. So this rock and this rock got pushed up over winter. And this field has like a rock band that goes right through it. Every single year we come out here and there's just tons of rocks. I mean, if you wanted to clean this all up, you'd be out here for weeks. just this field. I mean, we have a lot of rocks here in Minnesota, but this field is 10 times worse than our next worst field. But all of these, I mean, there's no anomaly here at all. Like, you'd think the unit would have bounced or something. But even if we dig down, I mean, that trench is at a consistent depth the entire way through where those rocks were. So, how the earth can take a frost and use it to push rocks up through the dirt, beyond me, but it does. And also, for those of you concerned about the Gator, this is like a 2012 model-ish. We bought it brand new, and we have done this its entire life, and it's fine. We did replace the suspension once, like 4 years ago or something, but it's fine. It's been used its entire life. That's kind of why I'm impressed by these Gators, because I don't know if any other brands could withstand that sort of abuse year after year after year after year. We take care of a lot of our stuff very well, but I'll be the first to admit that these Gators have had a hard life. So just pull the planter out, I greased it all up. Now we need to fill it. And we have got some Wyffels 4246 that's going in here. Okay, and these both should be 40 unit boxes. That one is a 40 unit box, and that one's a 40 unit box. Okay, I'm just gonna look at the sheet here because I don't remember. This is 105 day. Yep. There's a little bit of the last variety that I tossed in there, which I think will be okay. Okay, here we go. So this is gonna be a little tricky because not only is this the first time planting into strips, this is the first time using the fertilizer system on this planter. What makes it more complicated yet is that we're not putting fertilizer on the entire field, and it's a ground-driven pump. So in order to turn the pump off, we need to go out and remove a chain off the back wheel. Next year, if we keep this planter, we would like to put an orbital pump on there, a hydraulic one, with a rate controller, so I can just turn it off from a switch in the cab. But this year, we can't do that. So this is going to be kind of hard to plan. It's going to take me a little bit because I got to figure out how to do it in the most efficient way possible, so that way we're not taking the chain on, off, on, off, on, off. Okay, deflate these tires. Start that up. Let's see. 24 PSI because we are loaded. Is it working or just kind of being a little less? A little less? Just putting water down right now as a test. Wow, look at that sky. How cool is that? That's pretty neat. How neat is that? Do the auto turn automation. No hands, I'm holding the camera for one. Lifts it up. Spins her around, and then I'll put her back down. I hope I can get to the strip till stuff before it gets dark so I get the drone out. And before it starts raining. Rain's on the way, so we're kind of pushing it. We pissed around with that fertilizer system for a long time. Next year, we're getting an orbital pump on that thing. Make it way easier. Okay, that's rain. 9 miles an hour. How's our singulation doing? 98, not great. 9.5 miles an hour. Let's turn this field cruise off. There we go. 9.5, 10. Singulation's actually 99. Pretty impressive. Row 20 is not liking this. Fastest I've ever pulled this thing. Yeah, okay, it's gonna start raining. Look at the sky. I'll be amazed if I don't get rained out before I get to that end. Oh no. Oh no. 10. Come on. Let's go. How bad is it raining? It's raining pretty hard. Okay. We're done. I did not make it to that end. I tried. Shoot. Well, try again tomorrow.
Tomorrow for sure.
Okay, we are back. It's the next day, and we are going to try our first strips here. Got the monitor set up. We got the fertilizer turned on. Let's get going. So right now the planter is half and half, but pretty soon will be all strips. We are putting fertilizer down now because typically our nitrogen program involves putting anhydrous on with a chisel plow. But with strip tilling, you can't chisel plow anhydrous on. So we put on our P&K with the anhydrous, or with the strip till bar, and now we're applying the nitrogen on with the planter in this part of the field. So our control in the middle is also nitrogen with the planter, so that way it's the same throughout the entire trial.
It's all a game when you're born on the right side of the road, the road, the road.
Okay, so we're beginning to get this figured out a little bit here. I had to bump the down pressure up from 170 to 210. And with this Case Kuhn system with the steering that wasn't John Deere, I don't know what he was using. Not Kuhn's fault. It's not anyone's fault. He's just using a different steering system. It's a little bit more wavy than I'd like it. So I'm having to shift my line an inch. I just have to watch that planter and make sure the strips, or the planter's in the middle of the strips. If it starts to get off to one side, I have to shift the tractor over. So there's definitely going to be a little bit of shifting in here. But whatever we can do to keep those units on the strips. Okay, Kuhn strip till is finished. Now I'm going to type in that this is our control. So we set the down pressure back down to 170, and we're tightening up those closing wheels a little bit. And I got to change the variety here. So when I do trials, I just change the variety name. That way it's super easy to tell where it is. So instead of Wyffels 4246, that was Wyffels 4246 Kuhn. And now this is going to be Wyffels 4246 Control. And then when I get to the John Deere, it'll be Deere. So, these things right here, the orifice for the fertilizer tube that comes out down by the row closing unit. When we routed them, we didn't quite make the hoses long enough. We get caught and stuff, and lots of times it breaks off these zip ties up here, and then it just kind of dangles. You come back and fix the zip tie. That's what's been happening the entire year so far. We have never broken one. Well, now when we're actually using the fertilizer, this happens. And now the entire planter is coated in 32%, which is highly corrosive. And then we were going with the wind when we did it, but the wind's so strong, it was blowing it back, and now the tractor's covered in it too. Whoopee! So we got like 80 acres left to go, and no way to put fertilizer down. Because I don't think we ordered any extra of these pieces when we ordered them. I hate this. I like strip tilling. So far it's working beautifully. We'll go dig some stuff, but I don't like that. So this is, we have 12 rows of the John Deere done so far. I'm just gonna pick a spot here. There's a little seed right there. Nice soft sidewall. It was there's no air pockets above it whatsoever. Doing really good. And the Kuhn was digging up beautifully as well. So the one thing is that it's gonna be interesting to see the down pressure applied map, because of the Coulter Deere unit versus, I think there's gonna be more down pressure applied because it didn't do as well in the wheel tracks, whereas the Kuhn was able to bust through those wheel tracks a lot better. Remember, Kuhn had shanks, Deere had Coulters, that is a difference. But we're gonna take this planter up to the shop quick. We're only a couple miles away, and see if we can't get something figured out so we can get back out here and keep moving. Oh, my dad got a solution. Just bypass the nozzle, and that's just flow control. We'll see how it works. Got my row flow adjuster out there. He's tightening or loosening the vice grip, or the row flow control. All right, try it again. I can see the red balls from the cab, and that one was, I think it was not putting out quite enough, because the red ball was a little bit lower than the rest of them. Okay, auto steer is not engaged. There we go. See, now the red ball is all the way up. That'll probably be okay. This isn't an exact science. That system that my dad made holding up. Looking good. So now I'm doing half of the Deere, and then now with this is half of control number 2, or I called it control east. Today's been a long day, but I have what? 2 passes left of strip till, and then I gotta go across the creek to the corner to the triangle and finish that up. But I want to strip till more. I want to strip till a lot more. Obviously we'll see how it goes this fall, but based on how it's going right now and how good that seed looks in that trench, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so the main part of the field is done, and this field is 2 parts, and there's like a triangle across the creek. And in order to get across the creek, I have to drive across this bridge that my dad built when he was my age. And it's a little sketchy every time you go across it, but every year we take loaded trucks across it, and it has yet to fall down. So, I don't know. Gotta do it. If you can see over there, there's like a little ravine right here. Before the bridge, they had to drive actually through the creek and back out, but as equipment started getting bigger, it started not working so hot, so he built the bridge. Okay, folded the planter up. Here we go. Just take it nice and slow. It gets a little narrower every time I drive across it, I swear. Not a whole lot of room there for mistakes. How's the planter doing? It's doing good. You know, it makes me like, I don't know how old my dad was when he built it. I don't know if he was 20s or early 30s. But either way, I don't know how to build a bridge. Pretty freaking cool. Especially one that can drive 80,000 pound trucks across it. If I remember correctly, he had someone else design it and then he built it. And perfect. We're over. Ah, the feeling of having so much dust you can't see what you're doing. Actually, it looks better if I look through the camera than if it does if I just look out the window. Oh, there's something. Oh, it's just a piece of plastic. I can plant through a piece of plastic. Alright, kudos to all you farmers who don't farm square fields. This is a triangle. And it kinda, I don't know, it's not terrible, but I've been spoiled with square fields. So for all you guys in Iowa or Illinois or wherever else there's not square fields, kudos to you. You're doing the Lord's work. Well, there we go, guys. Finish the field. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.